Sometimes you don't need chiseled abs or a beautiful face to be attractive. Mark's real desire, the kind that lasts, is a lot more than how he looks. Believe it or not, I've encountered men who don't fit society's mold of handsome, yet they have this undeniable magnetism that effortlessly draws women in. That's because physical appearance is just one piece of the puzzle. While it can catch an initial glance, it's not the secret to keeping someone's attention or sparking that deeper interest. The way you carry yourself, the energy you radiate, and the subtle qualities that uniquely define you often contribute to attraction. This video aims to uncover the hidden signs, the subtle yet telling gestures that a woman finds irresistible about you. If you've observed a woman doing any of the 7 things we'll discuss, it's likely that she finds you irresistibly attractive. One of the most beautiful and subtle signs that she finds something about you undeniably attractive is if she smiles at you without meaning to. This doesn't mean she's in love with you or thinking about starting a relationship. This kind of smile is usually unplanned and natural. It's her way of telling you that she likes you, maybe even unconsciously. At the very least, it's her way of saying that you're lovely to look at, maybe even someone she wouldn't mind getting to know better. But why would a stranger smile at you like that? Well, think about it this way. Attraction isn't just about looks, it's about energy. Maybe you carry yourself with confidence, or maybe your calm presence radiates kindness or positivity. In particular, women are very perceptive and can pick up on your energy even when you're not talking. If you give off the vibe of being friendly or attractive, smile. She will react accordingly. What makes unexpected smiles so special is that they are real. These are rude. People recognize their differences when they smile, even if it's just to initiate conversation. They're bigger, warmer, and a little brighter. See if women smile at you for no apparent reason. They're responding to you. In that moment, her smile tells you what words can't. There's something undeniably attractive about you. 2. She always finds a reason to talk to you, even if it's about the smallest, most random things. When a woman finds a reason to talk to you, no matter how small or unnecessary, it's often her way of getting closer and making a connection with you. Think about that coworker who asks you about something that has nothing to do with work, or that friend who never cared about your favorite sports team but is now asking how last night's game went. This isn't merely idle conversation. It's her method of maintaining open lines of communication and spending more time in your presence. And she doesn't do this with just anyone. What matters here is the intention. Women are sneaky, especially when they want to flirt, but don't want to come across as too pushy. She's trying to connect with you to share a moment, but she's probably doing it in a way that feels natural and unforced. It's her way of flirting without being too obvious. That lingering question, that thoughtful comment, and that extra quick chat. Those are her breadcrumbs. Her little signals that she sees something special in you. And why would she be doing this? Because there's something about you that intrigues her, something that makes her want to learn more. It could be your confidence, your kindness, your quiet strength, or maybe all of it combined, whatever it is she's noticed. And now she's finding ways to show you when a woman consistently takes the time to talk to you. It's not random, it's intentional. It's her way of building a bridge, of saying, you've caught my attention, pay close attention, because in her small, subtle way, she's already telling you that you're undeniably attractive to her. A3. She casually touches. Have you noticed how during your conversations, she seems to find little excuses to reach out and touch you? It could be as simple as a gentle tap on your arm to emphasize her point, a light hand on your shoulder when she's laughing, or even a playful, when you say goodbye, a pat on the back or other small, seemingly simple actions can say a lot. Even though they seem casual and unplanned, they're often a lot more than that. Physical contact is one of the most personal ways that people connect with each other. When a woman calls out to you in this way, she's lowering her guard just enough to make you feel like you know her. Being close to each other, what's crucial to understand is that this isn't something she does indiscriminately, subtle touches, like these are her way of testing boundaries in a soft and natural way, gauging how comfortable you are with her presence and how receptive you might be to her attention. These interactions often feel effortless, but make no mistake, they carry intention. Think about it. Why would she rest her hand on your arm mid-sentence or brush against your shoulder as she leans in closer? It's her way of creating a moment that feels personal, a tiny way to bridge the physical gap between the two of you. And here's the truth. This type of contact doesn't happen with just any one physical touch. Sparks an immediate connection. Even in the smallest doses, it builds trust, creates chemistry, and deepens the bond between two people. If she instinctively reaches for you like this, chances are she sees you as more than just another face in the room. She feels safe around you. She's drawn to you. Pay attention to these moments. Even though they seem fleeting, they show a lot. On the surface, a casual touch may seem insignificant, but in her language of attraction, it's a clear indication that she finds you attractive and desires a slight intimacy. A fleeting glance is magical because it's quiet, subtle, and often so brief that you may not notice it. If a woman keeps looking at you, especially when she thinks you're not looking, it's one of the clearest signs that something about you has captured her attention. Have you ever caught her looking your way more than once, only to quickly pull her gaze away or act busy? It doesn't matter if it's in a coffee shop, grocery store line, or even just a casual walk through the park. Her eyes are drawn to you by a natural curiosity that she might not even fully understand. There's an intriguing dance going on behind the scenes. On the one hand, her eyes can't help but be drawn to you. It could be your confident posture, the way you carry yourself, or something that makes you stand out. You've caught her attention. Although she wants to keep it a secret, she steals looks here and there as if she's getting to know you. These fleeting glances are the heart of understated attraction. They're small but powerful, a quiet way of saying, "I see you," without saying a word, which makes them even more interesting to men. If you don't make an impression, she won't keep looking at you. If you pay more attention to the world, you'll see that these stolen looks, no matter how short, reveal a lot. They hint at her interest, curiosity, and maybe even admiration. When a woman looks at you for even a second too long, it's not random. It's her quiet way of telling you that you've caught her attention and maybe even her heart. 5. She recalls specific details from past conversations. Have you ever been surprised when someone remembered something small you said weeks or even months ago? A comment about your favorite soccer team, a book you were excited about, or your weekend plans could have done it. If a woman remembers those details without trying, it's not a coincidence. Think about it. Every day, people are bombarded with endless talks and distractions, but she remembers your words and the little things you shared because they came from you. This isn't just a positive memory. It's about what those moments meant to her. Those things stuck with her not because they were particularly important, but because you are important to her. For example, she might bring up that book and ask if you finished reading it, or she might casually mention the soccer score and ask what you thought about it. These actions show more than just politeness. They show that she wants to get to know you and make a connection that feels real and personal. She cares about what you say and remembers every detail of your conversations, even the ones that seem normal. This kind of effort can't be faked when someone pays attention to the details. It's a quiet but powerful sign of admiration that you're not just another face in the crowd, and that what you say matters and sticks with her. It's easy to mistake this for friendliness, but take a moment to understand what it really means. Careful attention to detail says a lot. It's her way of saying you're important to me, and I want you to feel that when a woman remembers numerous and revisits the small things she's holding on to, pieces of who you are, making a conscious effort to stay connected, and honestly, isn't that one of the sweetest signs of attraction? Her mind linger on you even long after the conversation is ended. That's the kind of connection that goes beyond words. It's a bond that's simply undeniable. She asks for your help. Have you noticed how some women ask for your help with things that, honestly, they could have easily figured out on their own? Maybe she needed you to grab an item from the top shelf, even though she likely could have asked an employee, or perhaps she wanted your opinion about a product, when you're pretty sure she already knew everything about what you might not realize, is that these moments aren't always about the task itself. Often they're about you asking for help. Even in small ways can be her way of initiating contact or sparking a conversation while still being subtle. It's a gentle attempt to get closer to you without making it too obvious or putting herself at risk of rejection, and this finesse, this quiet attempt says a lot. When you think about it, she's picking you out of everyone else around her. She is bridging the gap between you two to establish a connection, no matter how slight it may appear at first glance. Why would she ask you specifically? It's likely because you seem confident and approachable, trustworthy, and like someone she would feel comfortable around. Additionally, your aura, energy, or presence may attract her in some way. These small, seemingly unimportant moments are her way of saying, I want to connect with you and share a moment with you. It's simple to dismiss these interactions as mere requests for help, but when she smiles warmly, lingers after the favor, or holds your gaze for a moment longer than necessary, it's clear that these are not merely random interactions, but rather an opportunity and an invitation to something deeper. A woman often shows her interest in a womanly way by asking for your help. She's creating a chance to connect, share a moment with you, and feel your energy up close. The next time this happens, pay attention. It's not always about the favor, it's about the person she's asking it of. She adjusts herself when you're close. Have you ever walked into a room and noticed a woman subtly fixing her hair, smoothing her clothes, or adjusting her posture? These small movements may not seem like much, but they reveal a lot more than you'd think. When a woman takes these tiny steps to adjust herself as you approach, it's often an instinctive response that tells you a lot about how she feels in your presence. Pay attention to the details. Maybe her fingers run through her hair, giving it that perfect touch. She might fix her clothes or move her jewelry around a little as if she were making sure everything is perfect. These actions are rarely deliberate. They're more like an unconscious response when someone wants to put their best self forward for you. It's her way of ensuring she looks her most radiant in the moments you might notice her. What makes this so enticing is how natural it is. She's not making a grand gesture or a bold declaration. Instead, she's letting her body quietly access the effect you have on her. There's a charming vulnerability to it, like she's letting you in on a sliver of her world where appearances and impressions suddenly matter more. These small movements show that she cares how you perceive her more than you might realize. Now the real magic lies in repetition. If you notice her touching her hair or adjusting her outfit regularly when you're nearby, it's no accident whether you're across the room or standing just a few feet away. Something about your presence is drawing her in. It could be the confidence you exude, the way you carry yourself, or simply the natural chemistry she feels around you. Whatever it is, you've captured her attention, and her subtle actions are her way of showing it. These small changes are strong signs of attraction and admiration that most people don't even notice. If you see her tucking her hair behind her ear or slightly moving her necklace while you're around, don't ignore it. These small actions are her silent way of saying, I want you to see me, truly see me, and that kind of quiet aura is one of the best ways to know that you've already made an impression on her heart. Being aware of these subtle but potent signs of attraction can help you understand the relationships that are happening around you better. It's important to notice and appreciate these heartfelt gestures because women often show interest in subtle and nuanced ways. For example, remembering small details about you or adjusting herself when you're nearby are all signs that she genuinely admires and is interested in you. The beauty of attraction resides in its authenticity. It's not about making grand statements, it's the quiet moments that carry more weight than words. When you notice these gestures, take a moment to appreciate the connection they represent. They're a reminder that you are seen as valued and wanted, not just for how you look, but for who you are, and that is what makes you truly attractive.